know, just how much to show, to know what to do. Just jump in the queue, it's down to you. So what you gonna do? All in the queue, it's down to you. All in the queue, just check out the view. All in the queue. To show, to know what to do, just jump in the queue, it's all to you. So what you gonna do? All in the queue, it's all to you. All in the queue, it's check out the view. All in the queue.
One thing for sure and two things for certain is I'm never gonna hear you out if what I'm hearing is stupid. I'm not going to hear that. I'm not going to receive that. That's not my ministry. A lot of y'all sit and give too much of y'all time and effort to people who don't deserve it. Why would you be listening to somebody telling you that 2 + 2 is 92 when you know it's not? That is a waste of my time. It's not of the kingdom. It's not. And I would not subject myself to foolishness, okay? Because I don't like to consider myself to be foolish. So I don't want to sit with it. No, it ain't nothing we can do. We done talking. I'm done talking. I'm done listening as well. Yeah, so I don't know who needs to hear that. I hope it reaches you and I hope it touches your spirit. Stop entertaining foolishness. Because people will start seeing you as foolish or somebody to be played with. And I don't like to be played with. Go play Atari. Go play some spades. But don't play with me. All right, love you. Bye. One thing for sure.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Super. Like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know that your girl Super is on. Share this to any Harvey groups, any places that you know Harvey residents are live. Because we tonight are going to take a look at this warrant list that the alderman of the 2nd Ward and the alderman of the 4th Ward, Tracy Keys, and Alderman Kobe Chapman be talking about during these meetings. I hope that you're enjoying some of these breakdowns and some of these broadcasts. We're going to move from this to the township tomorrow. I've gotten myself a little bit better organized. So, I'm working through some stuff. I'm working through my issues. I'm in therapy for my issues, okay? Because I have them. But anyway, let me see who's in here, who's in the building with us tonight. I feel like I can't hear myself. Let me turn my mic up a little bit. All right. Are y'all hearing me okay? I hope y'all are hearing me okay. It's time. Call somebody. Tell them Super's on. Share to any of the Harvey groups that you can share to. Let them know we about to do a breakdown and show you what these bills looking like. I don't know what these finance looking like, but these bills, I got a lot of questions. Let's see who's in the house tonight. Let's see. Is there a heart in the house tonight? Hey, stand up. Okay. All right. Bobo, what's up? What's up? You made it early and you was the first one. Oh my God. Hey, Jim C, how you doing? Hope your day was great today. Renee, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's going on? And happy belated birthday to you again. Okay. Even though you're a half a century old, your mind's still there. Your mind is still there. So, happy birthday to you. Yes, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. Let everybody know that Super is on. We're going to get ready to get into this warrant list for the village of Harvey. Now, this coming, there's been so much talk on this blue app, child. Let me tell you. The first thing we're going to start with is the memorial service for the late mayor of Harvey, Christopher Clark, is scheduled for Saturday at 11. However, I don't know if that's going to be taking place because we recently found a post, and you know what? Let me bring it up. There is a donation page up. I believe that the family is asking for donations, and I'm very confused as to how we got here with the donation stuff. I'm very confused as to how we got here with the donation stuff, but the family, it seems to be, is asking for donations for the memorial service, which is on Saturday. So, again, I am a bit confused as to how we got there to the point of, hold on, let me find the link and then I'm going to share the page. Because I don't want y'all to be like, oh, she going around and she lying. She is telling half truths and untruths. I don't do that. I don't even have to do that. So, hold on 1 second. Hold the line, please. Okay, there you go. As we proceed. Okay, no, that's not right. Oh, let me change this. Hold on. Let me change so I can see all of the comments, messages. Okay. Okay, so the family, I hope y'all can see this. The family, and then here's the page. Okay, the family posted that they needed donations for the memorial service that is set for Saturday. Or no, is it Saturday? Hold on, let me look at this. Child, let me get my phone. I thought it was set for February the 28th. Hold on, let me make sure. Just hold the line, please. Because I thought I saw somebody said March. I was like, what? That's right, March the 28th. Okay, so the family posted and the memorial. Thank you, Renee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They posted, they made a post, or someone made a post saying that the family was asking for donations for Christopher Clark. And here's the donation page. Fortunately, on this page, unlike the GoFundMe pages, you cannot see how much has been raised or collected. This man has been in public service for the better part of 16 years. So he was getting a pension. He should have had life insurance. I'm still confused as to why they are asking for donations. In addition, he did give the city $25,000 to tear down a home. So, I don't, that doesn't lead me to believe that we will be in this place right now here today where the family is asking for donations. On the flip side, some people are saying, well, they wanted a private funeral or service. Don't come out here and publicly ask me to donate for a memorial service that I did not ask for. And we was not invited to the funeral, the private funeral. So you know, there are lots of varying opinions about what is now happening. Yeah, things that do make you go, I believe Arsenio Hall was on to something, with it. Because, huh? Okay, but you can, the donations start at $10 to $40. You can do a custom amount. And then this was something I found interesting. And maybe it's just something that is relegated to the site or the type of donation platform they are using. But you got monthly donation, one-time donation, weekly donation, quarterly donation, annual donation. I don't know if you're donating just for the purposes of the memorial service. I don't know why those things will be turned on, but I digress. It says Christopher lived a life of service, leadership, and love. Contributions made in his memory will support memorial arrangements and future efforts to carry forward the values he stood for. Your generosity allows his legacy to continue shining in the community he cared for so deeply. And so, too, he is carrying on the non transparency because we cannot see how much money is being raised. Okay. With that being said, that's what we have. That's what's happening. Shocking to me, because I wasn't expecting it. But anywho, that's what's happening. At the last time we met, there's a new clerk now, Janet Rogers. We found out all about her background and her history. If you haven't seen that video, it's the video before this one. So you just need to go back one video and all of the information is there for you. Information is power. That's what it is. You should have all the information that you need to make a decision about someone or something or what to do. Okay. This leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Okay. I'm just confusion right now for myself as to what might be happening or what did happen or what occurred. We couldn't, there was no public funeral. There was private, a private funeral, which is totally your right to do. You have the right to do that. But, you also should keep in mind once you show you back to somebody, they're not gonna be, as willing to participate when you want them to, So this is interesting. Like I said, if you go online, there are varying opinions about this ask from the family. Okay. Child, that was interesting. It was shock for me because this man been in public service for how long? 16 or more years. He has a pretty good sized pension. He should have had he had life insurance through the state and his municipal work. So do what you will with that. The Janet appointment had to have been planned. Of course. Because if you listen, and again, if you haven't seen this previous video, go watch the previous video. And again, the way that the process was explained on February the 9th was not the way that it was carried out the week before the 23rd. And that is told in that video. It's also recorded in February 9th how the process was supposed to go. And it was told in the February 23rd meeting how the process actually went. So if you were a part of that process and the process you felt was unfair and was not carried out the way that it was told to you, you should seek some legal advice because we don't give legal advice here. You should just seek some legal advice. That's what I'm going to say. Okay? So, before you see the packet that the older people received about the warrant list and the minutes and all of those things. I do have a few things to say about these minutes. And this is what I'm going to say about these minutes as we scroll down these minutes. Okay. This was the agenda. And then these are the minutes from February the 9th. So and these were written by the deputy clerk, who I'm going to assume was trained by the former clerk, which was Rosa, right? However, there are loads of problems with these minutes. And if I were sitting in one of the seats, I would vote no to these minutes every time, every time, every time. And I'm going to show you why. All right, so we're scrolling down. She has the approval of minute vote. That's fine. All these approval of minute votes, they're fine. Okay. But here's where we have a problem. So right here. So item 7 says, let me see if she did it up here. No, that was the last approval of minutes. So item 7 says approval of ordinances and resolutions for the city of Harvey. B, new business. Number 1, motion to approve the release and settlement agreement for case, and that was the case number. This was Ryan's case, right? Right here, it gives you the motion, the second, and then it says Colby Chapman was recognized. Okay. Well, what did she say? As a keeper of the records, if for some chance something happens to the video and the audio that was taken on this day, let's say let's say something technical happens and there is no audio, she is supposed to type a synopsis of what was said. Not Colby Chapman was recognized. She should actually be writing what she said. She should be writing a summary of what she said. Because if for some reason, by some technical default, the video, the Facebook page, anything happens to get deleted, and her electronic minutes are the only thing they have, the only thing they're going to know is that Colby Chapman was recognized and not what she said. Not that she objected, not that she had a question. And Colby had several questions on this night. She had a question about what was FOID. She wanted to know what did he FOID for? She wanted to know, was there any more processes put in place so that this doesn't happen again? Nobody's questions or discussion was written. If by chance something happens to the video or the audio, what would we know about what happened in this meeting? And this is a taught thing. This is a taught on purpose type of thing. Because why wouldn't you write a summary? Every other municipality you go to, we can take Dalton, for instance. Go to Dalton, pick any meeting you want to, and click in there. And Clerk Keys has written a little synopsis about what the person may have said or asked. So I would always say no to these meetings because she does it in every one. Colby Chapman was recognized. Okay, well, what did she say? What did she ask? What was this discussion? These minutes are legal documents. If somebody tries to challenge something about these meetings, how can they challenge it? They don't know what was said. I would have to download the meeting and have the meeting downloaded because they gonna mysteriously something gonna happen to the video and the audio. And then they gonna bring up these minutes and say, this is what we got. Colby was recognized. And then it's gonna be tasked to me to say, no worries, I downloaded the video. Here you go. No, she should have it written. So that's the problem that I have with these minutes, and all of them are like that. What right here? Tyrone Rogers was recognized. What did he say? This is a legal document. Janet, if you're listening, this is not how minutes are supposed to be done. Lord, never mind. Never mind. Just never mind. Just to let you residents know, this is not how meeting minutes are supposed to be written. They're supposed to be written out, and you should know what was said. All right, now let's get to this warrant list. Sit down, get you some wig glue, put your wig on even tighter tonight, because this is about to get a little tricky. Okay? Let me tell you the first thing that I noticed about this warrant list that makes it very hard to read. The first thing that I noticed about this warrant list is that there is no column for date. There is no column for date. Matter of fact, this whole entire warrant list, they don't even have regular finance meetings, right? Just because they don't have regular finance meetings does not mean that they should not be preparing the reports like they're going to have a finance meeting. Instead, you have everything thrown up in this report haphazardly, not broken down into months or dates. It's just all thrown in there. So you have no clue really what you're looking at. This is from the comptroller, by the way. A man who's supposed to have XYZ experience and has been in that seat since Kellogg was in office. But there are no dates. You do not see a column for a date. If you're not going to put the date, then why not put the month in bold? This is for the month of October, and then list all of the invoices that came in for the month of October. Okay, that was the first question I had. Where is the column for the dates? The second question I said was, where is the key? Can you all see it? I'm gonna make it enlarge it one more time. Where? Oh, maybe not. All right, that's better. Where is the key for the department numbers? Because see, you over here, it has GL number. This is 01 is the general fund. That's the general fund. He have that 01. If it started with 01, it comes out of the general fund. But where is the key for the rest of the stuff? What is department 1200? Who is 1200? Who is 1207? Thank you, Wyoming Gal, so much. I appreciate that. If you just got a membership gifted to you by Wyoming Gal, and good evening to you, Wyoming Gal. Let's see who getting them. Michael Stewart, Mary Walker. Hey, no apologies. If you got a membership, you got a blessing. Go in there, and we're gonna have a members only live tomorrow night to start back on the Kasperic deposition. You just got a gift. Run in there and watch all the videos you can before your 30 days is up. You got a video in there with Regina Waldrop. You have a video in there with Colby Chapman. You have a video in there with Dan Lee. There's a video in there with Chris Gonzalez. There's a video in there with Stephanie Wiederman. Go in there and watch all of that stuff to your heart's content. And thank you so much, Wyoming Gal. All right. So, like I said, where are the keys for the departments? Who is department 1200? Who is department 1207? Okay. This says, the next column says invoice line description. Okay. What is deposit? In a minute, you're going to see a whole bunch of things that say deposit. What is that in reference to? Okay. Look at all these names here. You have these individual names. One of them says admin fee. Admin fee for what? In the invoice description, it does not tell you. It says UB refund for account, and then it tells you the account number. But for what? And 97 cents? It probably cost you more to transfer the money than it did for them to do whatever it is they did. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? Thank you. So, I'm so confused about, you got all of these names. 154th Street Properties, $1.20. What is this admin fee? What are these people getting reimbursed for? Okay, we go down. This is Department 1207. It says refuse. And then they getting refunds. What are they getting refunds for? It doesn't tell you. But you got all of these Refresh Custom Homes LLC. What are these refunds for? Then you get down here, it says 1310. I'm going to assume that 1310 belongs to the mayor's office because it has Christopher J. Clark's name, and it says reimburse Nicholas Capilio payroll, $2,000, $2,066.83. What services was rendered? And why he don't have his own line? Why was it a payroll advance? Where do we get the advance money? The advance money is coming out of the general fund. But why he couldn't be named himself? Why is this under the mayor's name? And then reimburse Nicholas? Why are we paying the mayor and then he's going to pay Nicholas? That's what it looked like to me. But why? Who is Nicholas? What type of work did he do? Then this is where I asked about, what does deposit refer to? Why are we depositing $250? Maybe these are businesses and they're depositing. So this is deposit payable. So maybe they're depositing their business license. Maybe the business license is $250, but that should be notated. It should be notated here that this is business payment for business license for 15200 Myrtle Avenue. I don't know if there's a business there, but the only thing I can do is assume, because it says builder's deposit payable, quick seal contractors, $250. The only thing I can assume is that that is for a business license. But should that not be in the description so that I don't have to guess that? Why is it under deposit? It should be under business license payment. It's payable. Right. Okay. DMG, thank you. And if this was deposited, if this was something that is being deposited into the general fund, is it for a business license? It just says builder's deposit. What do that mean? I'm going to assume it's business license because it's for $250. What's the account number? I don't even know. Oh, this is for the general fund. It says 01 is on the general fund. The department is what I'm confused about. 2052. Who is that? We need a key. We need a key for these departments so we'll know, where it's going. Now, this says deposit, and I'm going to say this again. I'm going to assume, and I'm just assuming that $250 is the cost of a business license and that these are businesses. Matter of fact, let me go put one of these addresses into Google and then we can see if one of them is a business. Because that's literally what you got to do is hunt. You got to hunt and find your own information because there's no key. So 15200 Myrtle Avenue. We're going to put that in Google and see what that gives us. 15200 Myrtle Avenue, Harvey. That's a house. You don't believe me? I'm about to show you. It's a nice house too. This is in Harvey. Look at this. 15200 Myrtle Avenue. If anybody on this live can enlighten me past what I'm seeing, then feel free to do so. But I'm trying to find out on the warrant list where it lists all of these people with these addresses and it says deposit 250. Maybe they use their home address for their business license when they should be putting the business address if this was for a business license. Your home address can be whatever it's going to be, but they should put the business address and not your home address because it's public information. Right? Right. Storm Band Roofing, I'm just going to assume these is for business license. So we're going to keep going. I don't know. When I get an answer, I'll let you know. Okay? When I get an answer from somebody, when an email is answered, I'll let you know what these builder deposit payables for $250 are. Okay? Then I wanted to know, what do the red numbers mean? Because they don't have like a minus in front of them. So most accounting, things have a minus in front of them if you're taking it out of an account. It means you deducting. But these numbers are listed and they're in red. What do that mean? For the 911 tax. Do it mean they behind? Do it mean they didn't have the money to pay them? I don't know. But see, now look right here. It say business license, AutoZone, refund, $25.75. So just like he put business license here, if these 250s is for business license, why they say builder's deposit payable? There's so many confusing things on this. We're going to keep going. It's 32 pages of confusing things. Why would a business license use a home address? This does not mean, okay, Sharon, I'm just trying to figure it out. And you have those 3 older yes people sitting in these finance meetings, not asking anything. That tells me when I open this up, this file up, and I look through this file, that tells me that they're not even looking through the financial information. Are these people you want serving you in your community? If the answer is no, you need to get out and vote because that's the only way it's going to change. Huh? I opened this. I'm looking at this with you. Imagine that you are a older person and you receive this packet. Okay? And you open it up and you got a million questions. You like, what do this mean? There is no key with this. What do this mean? Now all of this 01 right here says 010000 is the general fund. All of that was the general fund. The first 2 pages, general fund. These are things apparently going in and going out of the general fund. However, we do not know what these $250 deposits are for. Are they for those payment arrangements for the back taxes owed on businesses? If people start going to the media and asking these questions, maybe they'll start knowing the answers going forward. DMG, if they was given these packets at the finance meeting so that they could follow along, they might not be as hostile in these meetings because this is why the finance meeting needs to be on a different day and not 1 hour. See, now it should be coming together. It should be coming together that the 4 older yes people, they're not trying to move Harvey forward. They're trying to continue to keep you in the dark about what is going on because somehow that is benefiting them. Do any of the aldermen ask questions? This is confusing accounting. Tracy, no. They kicked Colby and Tracy Keys off of the finance committee. They kicked the alderperson from the 4th ward and the 2nd ward off the committee. So you only have the 6th ward, the 5th ward, and the 3rd ward on that finance committee. Pay attention. The committees that matter do not have the people that ask questions on them. Okay? Still keeping up with the foolery. I heard an album say that the public doesn't have a right to the detail. It was very shocking. Crazy as hell. Because as much taxes as we all pay in the state of Illinois, if I ask you where that little teeny pebble came from, right beside your pen, you better tell me. You better have an explanation. Because these taxes out here ain't no joke. And they're expecting us to pay them. So if I have a million questions, you should just be ready to sit there and answer them. This is why the finance meeting should be on a different day. And for that man from the 6th ward, Leave It to Beaver, to sit there and say no, you're going to continue. As we continue, and we only on page 8, as we continue, you're going to see why. Because they not reading and asking no questions. Because this crazy as hell. This right here is crazy. This right here is crazy, even for a home audit. If I was doing an audit on my daggone bank account, this would be crazy. Okay? So now it tells you at the bottom of this paper, and I don't know why he didn't hit the enter key and put this on the next page, this one line, because it says Department 101, Mayor. The mayor expenses reimbursed $423.77. That did not alarm me because the mayors, they get stipends for certain things, and that was not a crazy high number. Who knows what he did with it? That's his business, but he do get a stipend for a certain number. To hire someone back without bringing back the 1.5. I know that's right. So that was the mayor's office. He only had one line item, and it was for $423.77. But what day? What's the date? From when? There hasn't been a finance meeting in months. When is this from? This man has now expired. Did he get paid or didn't he? When is this from? When? Now we're going to Department 102, which is administration. All right. Now, for a city that is financially distressed, I never forget, I worked for a state where I'm from Virginia. I worked for a trash authority. And one time we got into a budget crisis. And they used to buy us lunch once a week. They used to buy us lunch. When we got into the budget crisis, they sent out an email and told everybody there will be no more company paid lunches until further notice. So Corrine Davis asked to be reimbursed for pizza, and it was $67.72. Who did you feed? Who did you feed? But should we be spending money on pizza when we are trying to watch every dollar that leaves out of the bank account? Just a question. If you think it's okay, then that's fine for you. I got the question. If we go down to this next line that I have highlighted that says Corrine Davis, it says reimburse C.H. Cooper Hawks Winery for $125.81. Who going to Cooper Hawk Winery for $125.81? The city is distressed. Who went? Who was in attendance? I tell you what, the three all the yes men didn't even ask nothing about it. They didn't ask anything about it. Okay, Tracy, training lunches, who was in attendance? Who was in attendance and who authorized it? Because we just declared ourselves a distressed city. Why are you going to Cooper's Hawk and spending $125? Sweetwater Sound LLC, $618. Oleander Forest, $200. What we need flowers for? Again, what was the date? What was the date of these flowers? Where did these flowers go? Sweetwater Sound LLC. What did they do for $618.19? When did this occur? When did this happen? When did this happen? Okay, I don't too much care about office supplies, and that's not a crazy number. These Microsoft Adobe expenses, are these monthly? Because you have one here and you have one here. One for $3,600 and another one for $3,100. And then another one for $3,300. Is this a monthly? Where's the date? Where is the date so we can see, is this a monthly thing? Why do you have to ask for everything, an explanation for everything on this report? This is crazy. This is crazy to even look at. What is the date? If I was doing this report, there would be dates by these invoices and they would be broken down by month. This one happened to start, I believe, in October. So October, November, December, January, they would have been broken down by departments, by months, just like that. I don't care if the thing was 40 pages. This is crazy. Are there no rules or guidelines for expenses? I have to basically give my life story before I'm reimbursed $5. That part. Because this business climate out here and what things cost are crazy. Okay? They're crazy. So when did these charges occur? Is Microsoft monthly? Is that a monthly fee that we pay for Adobe, Microsoft Office expenses? Is that monthly? Because my God, I need to go get me a job at Microsoft, or I need to set me up a company that offers Microsoft services. Then it says reimburse department head meeting, $112. Again, your department heads, you're making enough salary, you can chip in and all of you all can buy your own food. If you want to be truthful, the only thing you needed for a meeting was some snacks. Because we should be working. This is a working meeting. I'm so confused. I am so confused at this point. Then there's this printing. So everything I had a question about, I highlighted. The three all the yes men, they didn't ask about none of this. They didn't ask about none of it. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, the department head meeting, $112. How many of y'all was it? All of you all get paid a nice salary. You could have bought your own food. You could have chipped in and bought your own food. Corinne Davis probably make the most. She probably could have just paid for the lunch, or they could have just bought snacks. Now, printing and duplication. Andrews Printing. Birthday cards and envelopes for $559. So you couldn't go to Hallmark or the dollar store and pick up birthday cards every month? We paying $559 for birthday cards and envelopes. I lie to you not. That's what it say right there. Who making this up? Because I'm not. DMG. I definitely believe it's okay to eat. I definitely believe that. But when I work for a village that has just declared itself in financial distress, is it more important that I eat or that I get the business done? I don't know. That's a question. I'm also asking a question about these birthday cards and envelopes. $559. I want to give the employees birthday cards too, but $559 worth, I don't know about that one. You maybe you should be going out to Hallmark or somewhere, Walmart somewhere, and pick out the cards that you're gonna get for the birthdays in that month, and that's it. And that's how we do it. Because $559, I don't know about that one. You could not get some construction paper packet at the dollar store and make the. I mean, Renee, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. I'm asking the question. Should we be spending that on birthday cards and envelopes? The city is distressed. Every month we spending $559 on birthday cards. $1.25 for one card. Okay. Is that what we doing? I'm so confused. Who works at Andrews Printing that might be known over here? Is there somebody related to somebody that works at Andrews Printing? Because Andrews Printing is getting a lot of money. They almost got about $1,500 right there. Birthday cards, business cards, letterhead. Yeah, they got birthday cards again, 500. This time it was $595. Maybe it was more people in that month, although we don't know what month because there are no dates about when these invoices came in. Nothing. If the city is this, if you declared yourself distressed, see, this is why Alderperson Chapman wanted to introduce a resolution that had to deal with spending, with discretionary spending. This is why. This is why. This is not a fun topic. Yeah, this is not, we not over here, talking about nobody, slandering nobody, getting in a fight, none of that. We talking about business. People don't care about that. I'm going to say this again. It took me about 3 or 4 hours to go through this because I looked up a lot of these businesses. Some of these businesses I looked up for you, and I'm going to show you them. I'm going to show you a few things that I'm learned about with these businesses and their websites. Okay. They have to list the business purpose for these expenses, cut all these expenses. It's ridiculous. Okay. Okay. $6,708 a year on birthday cards. Numbers don't lie, politicians do all day, every day, and twice on Sunday, Tracy. And do. I'm just trying to figure out, is that a cost that we need? When you could just go to the dollar store and pick up some cards, because what you gonna put in it? You gonna put a gift card in it too? So what we spending on gift cards? Okay, well, let's keep going because glue your wig down even further. And I do have a lot to, this CDW government business. Look at this line for $40,615. Okay, CDW government. I'm trying to see, did I look them up? I did look them up. This right here stuck out to me. Hold on one second, because this is CDW Government LLC. This is an IT solutions company. I'm gonna show you what the website looks like. There has to be a front for something else they are paying for. Computer discount warehouse. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I knew you would know. $40,000. $40,000. Let me take you back to the 40,000. This is a village that just declared themselves distressed. $40,000 was spent on computer at a computer discount warehouse. It says equipment purchases. What equipment? When was this done? Again, where is the date? Where is the dates? Where is the date? When? What? What did you purchase? They should have got a list along with this. This package should have been over 400 and some odd pages long. Why? Because it should have had explanations for everything that was up here. You should be able to see the actual invoice. This thing should be 400 and some odd pages long, because it should have all of the invoices and what was actually spent. What was the computers that was bought for 40 grand? Okay, they can make birthday cards on all their computer. Tracy, tell them. And they can't. This is crazy for a fiscally distressed village. Now, I want to direct your attention to something, because it's going to be important as we go along. See this postage and delivery? Postage and delivery, $500. For when and for what? You're going to see a whole bunch of postage things on here. You're going to see it. That comptroller has been playing with the numbers for far too long. Okay? He have an excuse for everything, and it never makes any sense every time. Every time they asked him an excuse, asked him about something, he says something, but it never makes any sense, and he never answers the question. The answer never goes with the question. I want you to pay attention to him next time. They're going to ask him a question. They're going to ask a question. They're going to tell him to explain, and the answer is not going to be for the question they asked. Crazy. Oh, yeah, we're going to get to him, DMG, because I got lots of questions about that. Then we got some more IT fees. Avidity, we got some more IT fees right here. Okay, IT fees, at the tune of $13,412.50. Are these monthly? There are 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see. October, November, December, January. Is that what we doing? So we paying $13,412 a month. IT services. This is monthly, $13,000 for managed IT services. I'm telling you right now, I have a computer network administration degree. I need to set me up a shell company that is managed IT services. And boy, if I can find me a municipality that will pay me $13,412 a month, baby, I'm in there. I'm in there like swim there. You hear me? I am in there. Okay. Now look at this contractual services. A's of our audit. Contingency, Rider transportation, $800. Rider trans ups. I don't even know what that means. But let me tell you, this cracked me up so bad. This is that company. What did I tell you it was called? A's of our audits. Here they go, right here. A's of our audits. It says compliance audits, We've returned more than 500 million to our customers. Find out how. We paying an audit company monthly. Are we using them? I mean, let me see what they say, because Lord have mercy. Okay, it says, when's the last time your municipality or county took a careful look at all the sources of revenue? I know you lying. I know we're not playing an audit company and not using them, because are they supposed to be taking a look at the sources of revenue and seeing if they make sense, if we need them or if we don't need them? What? Praise of Jesus. I got so many questions. What type of company is this? It says it's an audit company. They look at your revenue to see when is the last time Harvey filed an audit. Why are we paying them? Okay, because I thought Casper said that they did the audit. Y'all paid them $110,000. Well, Renee, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your head ain't hurting yet, because we ain't even got there yet. Okay? It says compliance. I mean, you paying these people and you're not using them to see if you in compliance with your own processes? Oh my God. You know what? Okay. Let me go back to this sheet. That's a question. I left that white so I see it, because it's in the middle of all this yellow. Okay. Lord, I got a question about that company. If we paying them, why we not using them? And if we are using them, what are we using them for? What do they do? Can they come and give us a presentation and let us know what services they render? You love to see the contracts with these businesses? Me too. I'm glad you said it, because we're gonna do a little FOI. We're gonna do a little FOI for the business agreements between these companies, because I am seriously interested. Okay, now look at this Patrick Walsh. Do y'all remember Patrick Walsh from Dalton? Tiffany hired him to do an investigation into the Las Vegas stuff. He did the investigation, refused to give the findings to the board until they paid him. Well, he didn't have to worry, because he just went right next door to Harvey and said he was doing an independent investigation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many investigations is he doing? Is he doing 6 investigations? Is this one investigation? He didn't have to worry, because they paid him $10,218 for an independent investigation that the residents did not even get a report for. Where is the report from Patrick Walsh and this so-called independent investigation? And the 3 all the yes people did not even question this. What dates did he do these investigations for? What dates are these invoices for? At this point, we got a lot of FOIA to do. We're going to have to do FOIA every week, because, child, they're going to say they overrun with FOIAs. We get ready to see if Janet is going to, continue her reputation with these FOIAs. Okay? The investigation was on Kobe, I am sure. Even if it was on Kobe, where the dates at? You need to specify what you investigated. Invoices are detailed. You should put on there, I investigated Kobe Chapman, and this how much you charge for it? Was it necessary? Because she beat all of the cases, yet Harvey still had to pay him $10,218, and they never got to see the results of the investigation. Guess what we need to do? We need to FOI for these invoices, and we don't have a date, so we can't give them a date. But guess what? We can give them. We can give them a total. We can say, I want the invoices for Patrick Walsh, attorney at law, independent investigations that have the following prices, amounts, and put all of these amounts, and then put, we want the investigation packets as well. We want the investigation reports as well. I will be doing that. Okay? I'll be doing that because we don't have no information. Now, when I said that this actual package should not have been 32 pages, but over 400 pages, this is why. Because his invoice should have had attached to it, on the invoice, it should have been in each independent investigation with the amount, should have had what it was about. Then he should have had the report. Boom, 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 boom. The alderpersons have a right to see all of that. They should know what he's investigating. Insane. That's one lawyer. That's one lawyer. Stay tuned because he got some more invoices. Now, here go Darden and Associates. This the lobbying services. $24,800. This is what Kobe was asking. What did he bring back to the village of Harvey? Again, we don't have any dates of when these invoices occurred, but we do know that they are for lobbying services. So let's do this in real time. All right, we're going to go over here. Hold on 1 second. Hold the line, please. You can do it with me. We're going to do it together. I want you to see something. Okay, so what we're going to do is in the Google search, we're going to put in ILGA. That's the Illinois General Assembly. We're going to go to the homepage. You with me so far? Everybody with me? If you with me, just say you with me in the comments, and I'm going to keep going. Okay? Okay. Now watch this. These are things that we need to start doing. We are on the igla.gov website. Okay? I'm going to type in here. Let me see if it worked this way. I'm going to type in here, Harvey. Okay. So I typed in Harvey. The 104th General Assembly is the assembly that they are currently in right now. Okay? You see all of these things right here, they pretty much the same. All right, let's look at this one. Let's see what this is. This one here is about a budget. That's all it's about. An act concerning government. Now this page want to act up when I'm trying to show y'all something. All right. So you can go here, you can put in those things, and then you click in there and you try to see, okay, this was if ordinance was adopted 2000. We looking for anything that says 2026. Well, I can tell you for a fact, it ain't there. We'll be scrolling for days. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in Will Davis. Will Davis is the U.S. representative for that area. If Cornell Darden is down there lobbying like he's supposed to be in Springfield, he should be talking to Will Davis, Willie Preston, who else? Robin Kelly. He should be talking to all of these people about Harvey, right? Right. So I know for a fact that Will Davis put in a bill for Harvey. Let's see. This one is for property senior tax freeze. That's for everybody. Hold on. Because I found that thing so easy last time. This is probably easier. You put his name in and then you put the assembly. Let me put Will Davis back here. Uh-oh, what happened? Hold on, I'll put it back in a second. Let me find this bill for y'all. This is the $30 million bill that that Shirley was talking about. I'm going to put it back up in 1 second. Give me 1 second. Sorry. All right, hold on. I'm coming back. I don't have no audio. I'm so sick of this mess here. I don't have audio today on purpose because this thing always acting up. So we are looking for, I think the number of it, 2024. When you go here and type in Will Davis, maybe I should type in Really Preston because he got less than him. Willie Preston, there's a bill. The one for Will Davis is going to be heard on the 25th. I actually entered, matter of fact, I actually entered a slip, a witness slip opposing the bill. Because why should they appropriate Harvey money when they are not telling the residents about the books? Because any money is just going to be misappropriated again. All right, we're going to go to, this is 226. What's the day? It was heard yesterday. It was heard yesterday on the floor. Let's do this week. It was heard yesterday in committee. 2026. You can go here and literally look up anything. Committee hearings. It was supposed to be held on the 25th. I need to play around with the date a little bit more because I don't see his committee hearing. All right, here we go. This week. Let's see if we can. Oh, property tax. That was for Will Davis. He should have another one. I need to see if there's filters. See, this is what takes so long when I do this. This is what takes so long when you are looking for these things. And I can't remember the number of it. But there was only one bill, one thing, $130 million that was asked for on behalf of Harvey. And you all are paying Darden and Associates $26,000. There are no dates for these invoices. There are no dates for these invoices. Hold on. Here you go, right here. Okay, Will Davis. Let's click on him. Probably was easier to do it that way. Okay, see, here go Will Davis's bills. All of the bills that he have put forth. He put this bill forth last year. He actually put this bill forth last year in March. So, full review. Let's see if this one is it right here. See this revenue distribution one right here? He's amending the Finance Act for revenue sharing. See, this is where you go. You can go and find out all the bills that they put forth. Put your person in, and then you can find all of the bills. I'm still looking for the one for Harvey. Here we go, right here. You see it? Now I found it. Thank you for bearing with me. It says City of Harvey, HB 4024, assigned to Appropriations, Public Safety, and Infrastructure Committee. Now let's go see what he's I just did the wrong thing again. Sorry. Hold on. I gotta go down and find it again. It says City of Harvey, and it's the only one. Here it go, right here. HB 4024. And then you can look at what it's for. It says appropriates $30 million from the General Revenue Fund to the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity for grants to the City of Harvey to pay for operational expenses. Now, this was his bill back in July of 2025. He actually he introduced the bill March 19th, 2025. It went to committee. Let's see what else. Votes. Let's see if they voted or they sent to committee. They haven't voted on it yet still. Here go witness slips. I put my witness slip in here. 2 opponents. Look at this. 1 proponent, Michael Lane. Let's go to opponents. Justin Roush, self, Kimberly Christmas. Because why appropriate $30 million? We are looking at a warrant list that we can't even decipher. And they have not even opened up the books, and they are not up to date on their audits. Where is that $30 million going to go? How do we know that it's going to go to infrastructure and operational fees and bring back the firefighters and the police officers with the people that's currently in charge? How do we know that that's going to happen? You can't trust them to do an audit or to even give you the proper numbers. How? Now, when I did mine, his wasn't in there. So you can go there and you can fill out a witness slip and you can oppose it too. And this ain't nothing against Harvey. You don't have the proper leadership in place to do the right thing with this $30 million. You're going to click witness slips and then it'll let you put the witness slip in. Now let's go back here. Let's go to the Senate. Let's put in Willie Preston name. Willie Preston. Let's go down in his bills. Now look at his bills. This man has just started introducing bills. I think he's been in office since 2023. And so Will Davis championed the bill in the House, and he's championing the Harvey bill in the Senate. And I believe it's listed the same way under his. But if you look, I'm scrolling through all of their bills that they have put in. There are no other bills for Harvey. So what is this man lobbying? Who is he down there lobbying for? So here's Willie Preston with the city of Harvey. So what you would do, Harvey, is you would put in all of the people that represent your area, and then you would look through the bills that they are championing to see if you see the city of Harvey. I just did that wrong again. And see if you see underneath of you click on the bill. I'm going to stop clicking on the wrong thing and click on the right thing. Every time you come over here, I will want for you to learn something and to know how to do something and find something on your own. That is my goal, to educate you so that you can be able to find a lot of this stuff on your own. And his bill says the same thing. It says the same thing. Oh, I scrolled past it because I was scrolling too fast. Pull over, yo, too fast. Pull over, yo, too fast. Okay, wait a minute. And so these people that are championing, are they doing it? Because it's an election year. Will Davis did this last year before the election year came, which is this year. Why didn't he do it way before then? Harvey been in distress a long time. Why didn't he do it before then? These are my questions. These are the questions that you should have of your candidates too, of somebody that you're voting for. Because the only time we see them is election time. When we send them emails and when we, ask them, hey, come and help me, I'm losing my home, or come and help me, they're doing this, crickets. You don't hear anything from them. but you all saw how to do it. You're going to click on the bill over there on the other side, the bill number. My eyes getting tired. Okay? But that's how you do it. We're going to go back to the agenda, the warrant list. We almost finished. Almost. Now, what happened to my... Sheesh. Y'all, my agenda list messed up, so I got to go back in. Oh, my God. And I don't think I saved it. Didn't save it. This is horrible. All my stuff getting messed up because I just lost my I'm gonna see if I can pull it back up. Because all my notes is gone. That makes me sad. Here you go. Let's see if I can. Son of a biscuit. Luckily, I know what I highlighted. All my notes are gone, just by the way, because I did not save my notes. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm going to get the agenda back because that's not... I can't believe I did not save a copy of that. I was trying to get online so fast, but I didn't. Didn't save a copy of it. So right now we're going to look at a fresh copy with no notes. Crap. That's okay because I remember. The only thing I don't have is my highlighted things anymore. All right, let's get this finished up. A few more things to show you. All of my totals are gone now, so everybody's totals. And my God, it was a lot. I'll do it again for you. Don't worry. I lost all my notes. I'll fix it again. That's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to get frustrated or upset. All right. All right. So we were on Darden and Associates. There it is. All I remember them. All right. So let's go. I'm going to go through a highlight and show you what I had highlighted. Look at this. Daniel Lynch is another attorney, a different attorney. Okay. And he is doing the Harvey versus the O'Reilly case, the case where Clark put the blocks up in front of the parking lot so they couldn't do business. He's on that case. Here we go with Patrick Walsh again. He did another independent investigation for who, on who, and when, because there's no dates. Again, no dates. None. We still spending money on food. Look at Ramona. We still buying donuts and for the... This is a block captain meeting. Who a block captain? Did anybody else know about the block captains? Anybody else block captains? Okay. This is another thing that I wanted to highlight. Look at this. These are the things that be giving me pause. See this Bellmere Holding Group? It says AI platform subscription, and it's $137,000 and $137,500. It says AI platform subscription. Okay, listen. This one, I went to find the website. Look at this. Look at this website. Look at this website. Look at this. Belmere Holdings. That's what it said. $137,000. Look at this website. Nothing on the website but says unlocking potential together. Contact us. Where's the stuff about the company? What kind of company is this? What dates did they render these services for $137,000? $137,500. You looking at the website. For them type of prices, this website should be amazing. It should tell me who's in the company, what they do. I don't even know what they do. It just says Belmere Holdings. I ain't gonna hold you. When people have websites like this, it feel kind of scammy. Where the rest of the information? Where the contact information? Where the email address? Who knows where the heck this is going? Huh? What did they get paid $137,000 for? But guess what? None of the aldermen asked the question of the comptroller, who is this? $137,000. And what did we pay them $137,000 for? I went right to the website. Now look at this. Look at everything that's being spent on monthly leases. Look at this. Monthly leases for cars. It says November, $526. And in November, they actually spent more than $526. They actually spent somewhere around 2,000 something. That was just for November. Then you got it in December, the same thing. We are a distressed city. Why are we still leasing cars? Don't they have their own car to drive? That's insane. I didn't worry about the Verizon or Comcast. Those things are necessary for the phone lines, for the internet, and all of those things, the digital phones, whatever phone system they're using there. So those things were not alarming. One other thing that was alarming to me is this Amber Mechanical Contractors. Almost $6,000 and some odd dollars, $6,500. What for what month? It says labor, materials, equipment charges. What work did they do? They did not get this in their packet. They did not get these answers in their packet. So they should have been asking these questions in the meeting of the comptroller. PAC Solutions. Do you know what PAC Solutions does? I looked them up. Look at what they paid PAC Solutions. They are a company that helps you lease equipment. Huh? Do lease equipment when we have a village administrator? Shouldn't they be the one able to negotiate contracts for equipment? When did these? It said, okay, so PAC, they sent their invoice 10/24 to 11/23, so that was for a month. 11/24 to 12/23, that's another month. So this is what we paying these people a month to help us lease equipment. We couldn't find nobody cheaper. We couldn't put an RFP out for a different company. I mean, these just questions that I have. Okay, now look at here. Here go the special events. This was the gospel concert that was supposed to be donated. Didn't they say that this was a donated? This was supposed to be donated? Is that what the numbers in red mean? That somebody donated the money and we didn't have to pay? Why them numbers in red? I don't understand this system. And again, where are the dates? So you paid for the gospel concert $3,585.68. Why is the $11,000 in red? It says for parade, the Great Boudini for parade, 500. Why is that in red? What do that mean? Can any of the accounting people help me here and help me find out what these things mean? There was a Christmas party. Sonny's barbecue got reimbursed. What Christmas party was this? I thought they said that the gospel concert was donated. What did this 11,000 in red mean? I need to know that. All right, listen, here we go with the legal fees. Man, I had all of these things tallied up. You would not believe all of the money that I added up that was spent on legal fees. I need to go back and see the budget for this year and what they appropriated for legal fees. Because, baby, I know we already over. The man that do the hearings for tickets and stuff, his numbers have been varying. He put his dates in there. This was for the month of October. $4,660 is what he charged. No wonder they charging y'all so much in Harvey. Look at how much the man charge a month. This shit is heartbreaking for a longtime resident whose property taxes just almost tripled. I'm sorry, Sharon. I'd rather you know than I know. At least you know what type of comments to make. Look at this. Montana and Welch. General collective bargaining, employee matters. What employee matters? That cost $1,365. I mean, you need legal services, true. $18,000, $22,000. Was this for different months? When did this happen? Look at this. Fioretti Campbell Law, City of Harvey general charges. Capital Cement versus City of Harvey. $14,000 they charging for that court case. Ansel and Glink legal services. Is this for 1 month? $20,000, $663.25. Do y'all remember on February the 2nd, there were 2 lawyers sitting in that meeting? Lord, God forbid, what is that going to cost? I had all of these fees added up. Maybe it was a good thing that I clicked out of it because, baby, those numbers was outrageous. I'm going to set up a Facebook page, and I'm going to redo this, and I'm going to upload these. I'm going to start uploading files and things there that you can go and reference, Harvey. So that you'll have this information. But look at all those legal fees. I'm going to add it up again for you. Don't worry. I'm going to save it. I'm going to make the Facebook page, and then I'm going to, you'll have it there. Now, this was interesting to me. Who out there is in Harvey? This right here says Ward 1 expenses, Shirley Drewinski. Expenses submitted, $6,817.74. Who live in Ward 1? When is the last time Shirley had a meeting? Huh? And what did she spend $6,817.74 on? They attorneys for the library? They are the attorneys for the library. So why are they on the Harvey warrant list when the library have their own separate entity, right, Chappelle? They shouldn't be on the Harvey, the village of Harvey's warrant list unless they doing work for Harvey. I'm sure that, okay, they doing work for Harvey, but it needs to say what they're doing, what's the dates. I asked the question about these ward expenses because who was in the meeting or watched the meeting where Tracy asked about his ward, his ward money, which was supposed to be $25,000 a year. Tracy asked about his ward money, and Clark told him that their war money had been put back into the budget because they didn't have money to give them. Okay, Chappelle. They didn't have money to give them, so they was not getting any reimbursement. Who remember that meeting? So where's the date for this for Ward 1 expenses? Shirley Dewinski, $6,817.74. Huh? Am I lying when I said that Clark told them that they wasn't getting their ward expenses because why? Because they're a distressed city and they didn't have any money. They needed that money in the budget, in the active working budget. So how is Shirley getting reimbursed $6,800? And what is she being reimbursed $6,800 for? It says expenses submitted. What expenses? What was it? What did she spend it on? And how is she getting her money and nobody else is getting their money? Woo, child, Chappelle, please. How? How are they? You know what? Never mind. I don't even want to know how. I'm still asking about Shirley and ain't nobody answering about these ward expenses because my friend Tracy has been asking about his ward expenses and reimbursements and everything, and they have been telling him he cannot turn in any invoices and he's not getting any money back. How is Shirley getting money? And what was this $6,800 for? Was it for turkeys? What was it for? And Ward 1, did she have a meeting and she handed out turkeys to y'all? Or she handed out Christmas gifts to y'all? She didn't tell y'all? Somebody answer me. I need to know about that. I'm not worried about the Chicago Tribune because they have to list certain things in the newspaper. So if that's their fee, that's their fee. I'm not sure. I would want to know an itemized list for $5,500. I would want to know an itemized list of postings that we making in the classifieds for that. All right. Here we go again with this Avidity Technologies managed IT services. Now, didn't we see another company for managed IT services? What dates was these for? 4,900, 5,200, 52. What dates was they for? This kind of alarmed me right here because we saw Kasprick in the meeting giving the audit presentation, but right here it clearly says W&W Consulting Group, October services, November services, December services, accounting and audit. W&W is Whitehead and Wallace. The funny thing about this Whitehead and Wallace was that I could not find one, a Secretary of State filing for them. That's the first thing. I did find the first name for the Whitehead. Her name is Reza Whitehead, but I could not find a first name for the Wallace. But I thought Kasprick, that's how Clark kept them as yes man. Okay. It's Chappelle. I accept that because I don't know no different. I don't know. I'm just asking, how was she able to do it? And Tracy was told no in multiple meetings at multiple times. And the alderperson of the second ward said they have never been reimbursed. from the day they were elected. Huh? Okay. Listen, I totally understand why they don't want to give you these lists. I understand it. But who is this accounting and auditing firm? Who is this? Because I thought I saw Casper stand up in that meeting and tell you all that they audited Harvey. They was the CPA firm and they charged $110,000. Are they subletting their services through W&W Consulting Group? $20,000 a month. $20,000. Who is these people? Harpo. Who this man? Who is this man? $20,000 a month. October, November, December. I mean, we probably can bake on January and February. Then you have municipal advisory services. Who is this for $2,500? Now, here's the BNF that Colby was talking about. Look at all these. I added up all of this, and man, that total was crazy. And don't worry, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to save it. Don't worry, I'm going to do it again. Look at this. This is BNF. These are the code. This is the code service people that they use for inspections. This one says October 1st through 31st, $36,000. Well, what is the October 2025 plan reviews for $7,700 for? What's that for? So you're getting approximately $43,000, maybe $44,000 for 1 month for code services. This package should be 500 pages long, because how many tickets did you write? How many buildings did you expect? All of those things should be in this packet. Instead, this packet is 32 pages. Huh? BNF Construction Code Services. They charging y'all almost $45,000 a month. Can we find a cheaper service? A more reasonably priced service? If you charging me for services for the month at $36,000, what is the $7,725 for? It says October 2025 plan reviews. It say the same thing for November. What? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. It could be me. Okay, let's go again. This says outside services, specialty consulting, environmental assessment, 14 buildings. 14 buildings. Can I get a list of $1,000? Can I get an address to the 14 buildings that you did this environmental assessment on? And where is the report? The assessment report with your recommendations for $31,000, and how you gonna remedy for $31,000. Now, the Intero group is an engineering group. They are an engineering group. I'm gonna say that again. They are an engineering group. They're not build or anything like that. They just do plans and you know, they design things. Colby Chapman has been complaining about BNF services for a year. Harvey should have their own department with residents doing this work. Exactly, because look at these prices, Paul. $45,000 a month. What they need to do is pay BNF to have a class. $45,000 for 1 month to have a class to certify the residents, hire them, and we're not paying $45,000 a month for that service no more, because we have in-house people now. That's correct. That is correct, Foxy to Roxy. How you doing? they get 95% of whatever the violations total. That's what I heard. And the dollar houses of Turlington Homes. That's what I heard. How do you pay them and they get 95% of whatever violations total? How is that working for the city? Oh, Jesus, fix it, Jesus. Anyway, the Antero Group said water meters replacement. Now, I just told you they're an engineering firm. Let's look at their website. This is the Antero Group. This is the same group that had the forum that Corrine said she didn't have no information for, but when they had the forum, they had perfectly drawn renderings of all of the construction that was to be going on Broadway and Park Avenue. Okay? So this is their group. They do civil engineering. They do not do any type of construction. They do civil engineering. So they do planning, they do design, they do management. They do not build anything. Okay? Here go their website right here. And it tells you that. Planning and design. They do not build anything. So these water meter replacement costs, hold on, let me get back. See, I ain't forget. $4,400. It says water meters replacement. Who got their meters replaced? When? Here go another thing. It says special events. Rosa, reimburse supplies for Veterans Day, $213.11. If her last meeting was in October, what did she do on Veterans Day? Was she in the office? I'm gonna need to see that time card, because allegedly she let the mayor know in October that she wasn't going to be coming back. However, she wanted her last day to be January the 1st. Huh? Okay. Anywho, so they refunded somebody's tow. It says police fines and tickets. Anthony Goodman refund tow $1,000. So they refunded somebody's tow. I don't know how he got that done, but he did. Okay, let's go to something else alarming. Look at this right here. Who is Axion Enterprises? And why did they purchase equipment for $130,000? $130,577.81. It says equipment purchases. It don't tell you what type of equipment. Again, no date, so we don't know the date. What type of $130,000? Do they not have to get approval from the board before they purchase anything? That is very weird, because Calumet City Plumbing was paid $330,000 for smart water meter replacement last year. Why is the Antero Group being paid for that? Amanda, I just report the news. I don't write it. I just thought I would come up here and talk with you all about it, because I don't know, it just seemed out of the ordinary for me, and I just wanted to see if you knew or felt like that was the same thing. Anyway, Axion Group, we don't have no date, $130,000. Now look, here they go again. It says bundle fleet advanced with tap payment. What that mean? Somebody tapped a card and paid $37,000? What do that mean? I don't even know what that means. And then they got, here we go with these numbers in red again. Rapid Lock, $390. It's in red though. Okay, I'm okay. Here we go. Look at this, DACRA. Look at all these DACRA Tech LLC. Look at all these charges. You got $2,100, $2,500, $8,400. This is October. So you got December, November, October, $5,200, Then it says mailing and postage service, $8,400. You postage, mailing and postage service, but it's listed under IT fees. Why is mailing and postage services? Then what it say? This I'm just reading. Why is IT? Why is mailing and postage services under IT fees? Now I didn't look up this DACRA tech because, child, I was distraught. Okay, this already had took me about 3 hours to go through, and I done lost all my work, and I'm gonna have to do it again, and I'm going to do it again for you guys. Okay, but mailing and postage services. What are we mailing for $8,400? So before any purchase is over, I believe $2,500, it should come before. That's what I thought, Chappelle. Is that a resolution or an ordinance? I don't know, because these people acting like it's not. $130,000 for equipment purchases. You don't even know what equipment they purchased. You don't even know what equipment they purchased. I'm going to say it again. $8,400 for mailing and postage services. Huh? Okay. Well, okay, we got to keep moving. We got to keep moving. Let me see what else stuck out to me. It was this. Who is Benchmark Analytics? And it's listed under dues and subscriptions for $11,599. It's a benchmark management system annual. What they managing? We don't have no details. We don't know who that is, what that's for. We ain't got no clue. That's a lot of money. When did it happen? It say annually, so maybe it happened at the beginning of the year. The only thing we can do is guess. Then we got another Porter Lee Corporation annual software support. We got a whole bunch of IT support. What software is this? Y'all need to stop buying software. I don't understand this. What? You got Microsoft subscription that's costing 2 arms and 3 legs every month. This is another annual software subscription. What is it to? If it's something that's needed and you need it, okay, fine. But what is it? Okay, child, listen. Here was another thing. Let me show y'all this because this cracked me up. I don't understand this. Look at all of these Rods Auto Service repairs. Rods Auto Service repairs. Look at all these repairs. When did they happen? What's the dates? If they happen monthly, like in different months, okay, you're going to need repairs for these cars. Let me see. Was the warrant list always available to the residents? No, this one is not even available. Axion Enterprise is all technology that is in the Harvey Police Department Crime Center. The crime center that's not open, Amanda? I'm just trying to find out. The crime center that's not open. The one that is on 154th that's not open in that bank building. I got a picture of it. In that bank building, that one. I mean, if it's necessary and they using it, fine. But if it's in that building that's not even open, are they using it? Okay, look at these auto service repairs. When was they done? If these was done in different months and whatever, okay, cool, I can see that, but I don't even know what months they was in. Who getting their windows tinted? Who? Maybe this the police car. Windows getting tinted for $335. Again, look at these enterprise rentals. Look at this. Look at these enterprise rentals. $23,000 for rental cars in the month of November. We are a financially distressed city. Boy, I'm distressed just looking at this warrant list. I am very distressed. Why are we still renting cars? And he said Now, the comptroller said this, go back to the video. These cars are rented for administration. They don't have no car? Anywho, I'll keep scrolling because don't nobody care about it. Now, look at this. Complete Care Automobile Towing. This one says auto repair for a 2024 Interceptor, $14,547.13. Could they have bought another vehicle for that amount? Could we have got another 2024 Interceptor for $14,000? That was the repair. It says auto repair. Look at the next one, says auto repair 2021 Dodge Durango, $13,050.91. Could we have just gotten another vehicle from another municipality that was getting rid of a vehicle? Could we have just gotten rid of a vehicle? What did they repair on these cars for $14,000? Listen, baby, if I take my car in and they tell me that the repair is gonna cost $14,000, I'm finna call me an Uber. I'm finna call me an Uber right home, and you can keep it right there. Yes, that building has a lot of new technology that the police department is using for surveillance and other things. But they over in the condemned building holding. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna ask you again. Auto repair on these two vehicles was close to $30,000. Should we have taken that money and tried to purchase some vehicles? Listen, they could have called Janet and got a vehicle for $1. Why we even messing around with this? Why are we even messing around with $14,000 and $13,000 when they could have got a vehicle for $1 from Janet? Now you playing. Now you just playing. Somebody answer me. Why are we paying that much for auto repair? And should we have just tried to purchase another vehicle from another municipality and got money for parts on these vehicles, sold them for parts or whatever on those vehicles, and put all that money together and just got 2 other vehicles from somewhere else? I'm just asking, trying to be fiscally responsible. Okay, maybe not. Okay, cool. Here we go again with these car leases for December. They come with maintenance and management fees, and there you go. I mean, I don't know if y'all all right with it, then I'm all right with it. Here we go with Rod's Auto Service repairs yet again. Again, when were these repairs done? In what month? Are they in separate months? I mean, are auto repairs reasonable? We wouldn't know. We don't even know how to fiscally move forward because none of this stuff is broken down into dates and months so that we can see, hey, vehicle repairs are kind of getting out of control. Do we need to see if we need to, maybe trade in some vehicles or something? And, I don't know. And I'm just asking questions at this point because I'm on the finance committee and it's my job to look at the warrant list and be the voice for the residents and be fiscally responsible to them. So I'm going to ask these questions. But again, these are just my questions. You don't want to answer them? Leave it to Beaver? Okay, cool. Cool. All right. Again, with the Amber contractors, labor, material, equipment charges. Look at this. Here we go again. Right here. Who opened up a brick wall? It says brick wall opening. AMZ construction brick wall opening. Does anybody know where the brick wall was opened? Why did the brick wall have to be opened? What building was it in? I didn't know y'all had so many municipal buildings, Harvey. But anyway, Temporary heating was $14,000. Should we look at maybe fixing the heat versus getting some temporary heat at $14,000? This was a big question that I had right here. And again, I'm just looking at this warrant list that I was given in the packet from the comptroller. These are questions that I have that none of the people on that finance committee had. None of them. Zero. Kobe was the only one asking questions about things. Now look at this building. This is under building maintenance. It says Bradford Systems Corporation, Space Saver Mobile System, fixed shelving, $65,000, $791.12. Space Saver Mobile System, fixed shelving. What building was this done in? $65,000? I mean, we are fiscally in distress. We just spent $65,000 on some shelves. Am I reading that wrong? Y'all talk to me, because my head's starting to hurt and I'm starting to see my eyes starting to cross from all these numbers and all these words up here. Y'all help me out. Somebody help me out. $65,000 for some shelving. Did I read that right? It says Space Saver Mobile System, fixed shelving. $65,000. Okay, I'm not right? Okay. The Flock Group. I looked them up. I'm going to tell you who they are. I don't understand how this got okayed. I'm trying to ask y'all to help me to figure out what type of shelving are we buying for $65,000. Okay, the Flock Group. Let me show you, because that was $182,000, I believe. The Flock Group, that's those license plate reader things. I mean, y'all need them? Y'all need them that bad? I'm just asking. If you need the automated, the Flock Group is the Flock Safety. It provides automated license plate readers. That's the Flock Group that you see right here. I highlighted it. It's the last highlighted. $182,750. That's the license plate readers things. Y'all need that? I listen, I'm asking for a friend. Is it that important that you need that? Maybe you do. I don't know. But do we need $182,000 worth of them? I don't know. I'm asking. Who feels good about paying taxes when this is how the money is spent? Flock is I'm just asking. I mean, do we need that many? Is Harvey that big? It's only a 6.5 square mile area. How many? I mean, do we need them? Maybe we need them on the outskirts of Harvey, like leading to the expressway, so that we can catch, people there. I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. $182,000 in one line item. My God. Do we pay that every month? Is that a monthly fee or a yearly fee? Take care, Foxy. Okay, get some rest. Is that a monthly fee or a yearly fee? Amanda, do you know? I just want to know, is it a monthly fee or a yearly fee? All right, then we back to renting equipment again. We bought from CDW Governmental Group. We bought over $40,000 worth of equipment, but we need yet more. So this is some software, it looks like, and I guess we pay monthly for it. I don't know. It's under equipment rental. Should it be under equipment rental or IT fees for monthly software? That's what it say. I don't know, but I had a question about it. Listen, if I was in these meetings, they wouldn't be able to stand me because I would be asking all kinds of questions. And then I would, if they get nasty with me, I would say, well, listen, you the bozo that didn't put any explanations with these packets. What the flip do you think I'm supposed to do? But, I wouldn't necessarily say it like that. I would say it in a nicer way. I wonder if that was for the sub hub. There's one watching my house. Wow. You know why they watching you, Chappelle. Don't act like you don't know. All right. We got yet more dues and subscriptions. The Target Solutions Learning Inc. annual billing. So from September of last year to September of this year was $4,400. I hope they're learning a lot over there. A lot with this. They paid this fee, but now you're running on a skeleton and crew. People have been laid off. The building's only open till noon. Did they get a refund? I need a refund. Did they get a refund on some of these teachings? Because who learning? I'm asking. All right. So we got more IT fees, ESO solutions, fire incidents, billing extract. That might be needed. I don't know because I didn't look up this particular group. When I saw fire incidents, I felt like it had something to do with the fire department. So those expenses are needed. All right. There's a lot of maintenance and repairs. Those things should be needed. Look at the Lord. Rick, who you buying lunch? We ain't got time to be buying no lunch because we're distressed. We don't need to be buying any lunch. Everybody got to buy their own lunch. Okay? Here we go again. What? With Rod Auto Service Repair. I don't mind that they need repairs on these vehicles because they need repairs on these vehicles. But we need some dates. We need to be able to see these repairs by months to see if the repair bills are maybe worth looking at buying better vehicles from other municipalities that are getting rid of vehicles, right? That are in a better financial position. Because I'm going to tell you, over there in Maywood, that man, he just bought 2026s for them and probably got rid of like some 2024s that Harvey could have bought. He might have even gave them to Harvey because he know the situation that Harvey's in. He could have did an intergovernmental agreement for a sale between Harvey and Maywood, and every vehicle $1. Who knows? You would have to ask them. But we need to have these things broken down by months so we can see what the monthly expenses are for vehicle repair. Because how are we paying these things? Repairs are needed. Amanda, they pay $182,000 a month. I hope they getting enough tickets to cover that. Oh, Jesus. Now, Dominique asked about a $500 tire bill. Child, you looked at this paper out of all of the things that I said, and you was looking for a $500 tire bill. I saw you ask who was Charles Clark. What page was that on, Chappelle? Charles Clark. It's a whole bunch of names up here. I be like, who is these people? Harpo, who this man? I don't know what page it's on. I'm gonna look through this again later and put all of my notes and stuff big. Okay? Here we go again with these monthly leases. Now, if these things were put together right, this one again says November. So were there 3-4 charges for rental leases? Here we go again with Rod's Auto Service repairs. Again, I need these things broken down into months so I can see what these repairs are looking like monthly. Whole bunch of trips to Menard. Are these in different months? They just all listed here. I have no idea. Menards. They go to Menards a lot. Now, look at this here again with equipment maintenance. $10,000. Is this for some heavy equipment? If it's for some heavy equipment, that makes some sense. But for $10,000, maybe we should have looked at an intergovernmental agreement with another city. Maybe we should have shopped around and asked another city, hey, I need this. You know, would you all sell it to us? And for how much will you know we distressed? Man, the way I would be out there making deals would be crazy. Then you got the trash, fees for Republic. That's all the refuse dump. Then you got the insurance. They paying the health insurance and everything for everybody. Now this right here, MSI, this is your third party administrator. These are the people that handle the money for the settlements. So when people get settlements, the settlement money goes through the third party administrator to be paid to the people. So these are the people, the third party administrator. When the lawyer for Dalton stood up and said they had their third party administrator quit, this is what they talking about. You in the state of Illinois, it is mandated and required by law that you have a third party administrator handling your settlement payouts and payments. Okay. Here we go again with Ansel and Glink. Again, what month was this for? This says litigation, but for what month? And what litigated cases? Was this one case for $50,000 and another case for $34,000? Or was the $50,000 for 3 cases and the $34,000 for 2 cases? Can we get some clarification on these legal fees? Now, Lions Electric Company be fixing y'all stoplights and stuff. Okay. Look, this is a question I have about this Ontario group, the engineering firm. It says City of Harvey, MFT, on-call services. Why would you need on-call services from the engineering group? Are they monitoring something? They can't fix anything. What do they do? Why do they need to be paid to be on call? I just need to know the answers to these questions because I don't know. Treat me like I'm dumb. So the name on the side is the person the city is paying the money to. Well, in some cases, yes, Amanda. So let's go over the columns because you see he don't have column headers as the report goes up, right? Like, you know what? My OCD running wild, I can promise you, okay? Because he should have had all of for every page, he should have the columns title, right? That'll help you understand what every column is for. So yeah, this side right here is supposed to be the explanation. This what he have is the explanation for this invoice or this charge. In the middle is who they paying. So the third column from the left is who they paying. The first column is the department that is coming out of. So this what we're looking at right now. When I scroll down here to the Antero group, for this particular thing, they being paid out of the motor fuel, the MFT fund, which is the O2 designation. They being paid out of the MFT fund, $10,155 for on-call services. Okay. But on-call services for when? This for a whole month? This 1 month? This 2 months? What I mean, oh my God. What is it? And residents, pay attention to this. When somebody comes into your city and knocks down a street light, it says street light knocked down for a PD camera, and it costs you $1,900 to get that repaired. This says repaired street lights, $2,606.96. It would be nice to know how many street lights were repaired for that amount of money and where, just so you can keep it straight. Okay, then you got your ComEd, you got your Cook County Treasurer, maintenance of traffic signals. They share certain ones. I don't know which ones they share, but they share certain ones. Now, this right here says refund. So they're refunding this people from the sewer fund. Maybe they overpaid on their bills and they're refunding them, whatever they owed them back. Okay. This came out of the water fund. This says deposit refund. So these are people getting refunds from the water. Maybe the people that have the deposit refund are people that moved out. And then these other people might have overpaid their water bills. All right, let's keep going. Here we go again with this accounting and auditing. I still need to know who is the actual CPA firm for the village, because I thought it was Casper. W&W Consulting Group says they do the accounting and audit October, November, December, $6,800 for each one of those months. Okay? I need to find this out. Then here go Fioretti Campbell. This is the city of Chicago versus the city of Harvey. I don't know what that's for. Maybe it's for the water bills. Okay? Okay. Now here's another thing. These outside services, what are they rendering for these outside services? They give you addresses and then they give you amounts. $10,000, $10,372 at West 191 West 154th Street. What did they do? What type of work did they do? Here go Rod with some more repairs. They weren't as bad. These are all the questions that I will be asking in this finance meeting. These were Verizon Wireless. Now, this is what I wanted you to take note of. And I had put a red marker around these. These are the water payments to the city of Chicago. Okay, you see these water purchases? It give you the amounts right here. Water purchases, but look at this. You see the water purchases, right? Look at all of these penalties. Why are we getting penalties? Are we late? Why are we late? Are the penalties for being behind? Maybe the penalties are accruing for being behind. Do we have a plan on how we're going to catch up? Child. Okay, Amanda. That explains a lot. That's a lot of money. I'm going to say that. So W&W Consulting is Lewis Williams Company, the comptroller. That's what we saying? Is that the comptroller? Let me know, Amanda. Do we have a plan? The thing I would be finance team. Do we have a plan on how we're going to catch up on these water payments so that we can stop paying these penalties, because these penalties are coming out to like 50, almost 50 grand a month. Do we have a plan? No, they don't have no plan, because they want Kobe to introduce legislation about a discretionary spending, about watching what we're spending. Now you're seeing why they don't want it. In some ways they're benefiting. Now look, check this out. Here we go. Here go the kicker. You know the hubs that had all the conversation about them, holding cells, tutoring places, living rooms. Okay, look at this. Cortex Construction Group, Community Hub Project. Then it says 168 West 154th. These things are costing somewhere in the neighborhood of $68,000. Is this for one? He said that there were 3 that was built. When were these services rendered? Because y'all have 3. These are different charges. When were they done? How many hubs is this for? Because there's a slash right here that says 26 West, and then I can't read the rest of the address. So is this for 1 or 2 hubs? This is how much they cost now, y'all. If this is for 2, it was $68,000 for 2. Cortex Construction. I looked them up. Let me take you to their website. This is Cortex Construction's website. You see this beautiful website right here? These are the people that built the hubs that they said quit in the middle of the job. Now, I went to the Better Business Bureau and I looked up the Cortex Construction Group. They did not have any complaints lodged against them. They have 0 complaints with the BBB. 0. I also did a little bit further digging, because you know I'm nosy. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let me pull it up. I did a little bit further digging. And guess what I found? So when we FOI, we need to know what this should look like. So y'all see they website right there. This is Cortex Construction Group. These are the people responsible for the hubs in Harvey. This is a contract between the Chicago Housing Authority and Cortex Construction Group Ltd. So when we FOI the village, this is what we need to FOI for about these hubs. We need to FOI the contract between Cortex Construction Group and Harvey, the city of Harvey, Illinois. Now look at this contract, that this packet that they put together. They have listed their scope of services, their statement of work. This is what we need to find out what they were supposed to provide and what these buildings were actually supposed to be. Because look at this contract. They got everything laid out in here. This is the one that they have between the city of Chicago Housing and themselves. But when we FOI Harvey, we should be looking at and get something similar to that. But that's what we need so we can find out what these hubs were actually supposed to be, what the funding looked like, what all of the funding was supposed to go to. Okay. Again, look at this. You have Pan Ocean Engineering for reconstruction of Harvey on 154th Street. You also have the Intero Group saying that they did streetlight improvements for $235,000. Now, I done told you They don't do construction. The Lions Electric Group is the group that do the actual work. So what would Antero Group be charging $235,000 for? And it says street light improvements. Huh? They got two charges. When did these charges happen? What's the dates? One for $235,000, one for $165,000. Now we know what Lions Electric Company did. They actually did the work on the street lights. Child, I'm so thoroughly confused. Now here we go again with these builders deposits. I told you I don't know what that means. I don't know if this is for business licenses. What is this deposits for? This is money that's going into the general fund account. These people are depositing $250 into the general fund account. But for what? Are they business license? Amanda, is that how much a business license costs? Because Shirley Jawinski, she deposited $250 too. Is that how much a business license costs? Do anybody know? Who is Cameron Biddings? Anybody know Cameron Biddings? And what is challenge coins? This was put under mayor expenses and it went to Cameron Biddings. Reimbursed challenge coins, $724.50. Anybody know who that person is? What are challenge coins? These are the questions that I had. We got Quill Corporation office expense, $2,064. We a distressed city. My God, I'm distressed looking at this. Harvey business license costs $640 for a church. Paul, you the money man. You know about these numbers. What is $250 designate? What is a building permit? Okay, building permit, $250. Is it for a business? See, these are the things I be needing to know. If there was a key that told me what builder's deposit payable was, then I would know that these $250 is for building permits, I guess. Here go B&F Code Services again. $36,000 for the month of January. We just left January. They got $36,000. I wouldn't have paid them either. I would be like, I want to remove them from the list. And we still renting cars. Still paying the car rental. These people got their own cars. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Now, the flock group is right here. I don't know what month this was for, but it was only $42,000 for whatever day, month, or whatever that was for. Maybe that $182,000 was for the initial install. You don't have any type of key here. Interim chief of police. Okay, Quill Corporation is like Office Depot. They probably buy all the. Well, no, because I seen some office supplies. I seen them buying some office supplies from Amazon. I saw it. I mean, if we're a distressed city, should you not have to, be turning in a list of what you need to the department head, and then they have to approve it? Because we trying to tighten the budget up, right? Child, I don't know. What do I know? At this point, I feel like I don't know anything because I feel crazy looking at this paper. I really do. Did we just see January? Okay, I just saw January leases right here. You see it, right? $23,000, $13,000 for the management. Why are they charging again in January? Oh, not that one. Hold on, I just saw it. Right here. Another $500. McCann Industries, equipment maintenance. This alum does. I'm just trying to figure out how we can save some money. The Ontario Group again. This time, professional services. That's this time. This time, professional services. Here they go again. Now, Amanda, you said that Calumet City plumbing, everybody used them. This reminds me of Conscious when she was going over the Dalton warrant list. Okay. Now, you said that Calumet City plumbing did the meter replacements. Well, what is this? And when did this happen? We don't know when these charges happened, but they said they replaced it said water meters replacement. It's 3 charges, 9,000, 7,000, 79, 9,700, 7,900, and 112. Who replacing meters? I'm so confused right now as to who's supposed to be replacing meters. Why is Shirley listed under mayor's expenses? Even though it wasn't a large amount, what was it for? And she listed under mayor's expenses. Okay, child, let me keep going, mind my business. Because apparently, don't nobody care. And here's yet another lawyer. We got the Montana. What happened here? Okay, we got the Montana. We got the Montana and Welch people again. We don't have no explanation of legal services. We got Ansel and Glink again. What month is this for? This under legal. We got James again for his ticket court and all of that stuff. We got all him. He got all his dates labeled. This was January, September, November, and December. So he got all of them there. Again, this says creative service. What that mean? Do y'all know what creative service mean? It's another managed IT service for $5,200. Again, I'm just trying to ask because we are fiscally, in distress. So, now we spoke about the mayor earlier, and his family was asking for donations, but they pay their life insurance. So I don't understand why they're asking for donations when life insurance is paid up, and he's been in a seat for 16 years. So he should have, some money. Maybe not, though. Here go Ansel and Glink again for litigation. This time, litigation was $103,000. For who? For what cases? Again, with the city of Chicago, water and the penalties. And that's it. That's what was on this warrant list. I don't understand this warrant list because, again, there's nothing on it. How can we save? Hey, no apologies, just me. How can we save? We have people printing out the water bills and outside service printing out the water bills. I think that that's okay, because that would be a lot of printing, right? For in the office. I don't think that those copiers would be able to handle that type of printing. So that's fine. But then we're paying loads of money for postage and supplies and other people to stuff these envelopes. I got a question. Why we can't employ the teenagers or the young adults, like high school age kids getting ready to graduate, why we can't employ them to stuff water bill envelopes? I'm just asking. I mean, I believe it will be paid to stuff these envelopes, and it will put jobs into the community. The young kids in the community will have a job, and they'll learn about their government at the same time. What? Okay, we can't. Okay, fine. I'm just asking. You know, I'm asking. How do we do this? How do we move forward? How how do we continue to ask questions about these bills? How do we get this spending under control? How do we get rid of any excess without losing services to the residents? How do we get this litigation and this legal department under control? That is the biggest expenditure, is these legal fees and these equipment rentals and all of these other IT services. And how do we either, put an RFP out and see what type of bids come from that? How do we do those things? How do we streamline this spending so that we can start to have some excess? Because this is not even a full warrant list, because I still didn't even see payments to the fire and the police fund. So this is not even everything. So I'm just wondering, where's the rest of the stuff? No questions are allowed, Kathy? Roger that. Okay, well, that's the warrant list, and I was just wanting to go over that with you to show you all of the people out there saying, well, Edith Bunker told us to do our research. We just did it. We have not seen Edith Bunker or Leave It to Beaver or George Jefferson ask any questions that are important and pertinent to these warrant lists that they see. No questions about anything. Even though they only get in a packet, they got 32 pages in it with no explanation, no invoices, no nothing. We got to do better. We got to do better. If this is what you're voting for, stop it. Exactly. You pay 2 law firms for overlapping services. If you was to ask me, you pay more than 2 law firms for overlapping services. Because if Ansel and Glink is doing litigation, and then you got another company over here for litigation, you got another law firm over here, they're doing litigation. I mean, you don't have nobody in that law firm that can do that litigation? I don't know about this law firm then. Did you hear when the nurse practitioner stated at the finance meeting that she will be suing Harvey? I absolutely did. And she was pissed off. It was that lady that stood up in front of you, right, D-Love? What happened? Because we didn't even get to hear what happened. Did somebody run her over? So I heard a little story. I didn't get to hear it all. I mean, these overlapping services for a lot of things, for these IT things too. What is the engineering group doing? The Antero group. They putting up here, did they putting in water meters? Where they putting these meters at? If Calumet City Plumbing is doing the water meters, what water meters are they doing? And I told you, they don't do any work. So, I'm just trying to get it figured out for you. But okay, that's it. That's all I got for today. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be highlighting these things again with the totals and my questions, and I'll put it in form so that you all can be able to see it, and I will post it. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you so much, Wyoming Gal, for all of the memberships that you gifted today. Thank you everybody for sharing, subscribing. Share this video with someone that lives in Harvey so that they can see where their money is going, so that they can see what questions they need to have to ask or anything that they have a question about, because you do not get to see these things. All right, listen, take it easy. I wish nothing but blessings for your life. All right, I will see y'all tomorrow for sure.